Hey, happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well. I know this spring beautiful season is approaching. Whenever the season changes, I feel like it's just a new change, a new development for us. And spring season is really like the season of blooming flowers, vibrant nature colors, longer daylight hours. And every year during springtime, here in the DMV area, they have this thing called a cherry blossom festival. And what that is, it's really interesting because it's like a traditional Japanese festival, and it's known as the Hanami. And at the festivals, you see, cherry blossoms everywhere. You can fly kites, and then literally in walking distance, there's all the different types of museums that they have, which is not far at all from where the festivities are happening. But you'll find, cherry blossoms during this season all throughout DC, but it's just so much more vibrant and so much more beautiful at the festival because they're literally, that's just the best place to see them. And so what's interesting is that the festival, it marks renewal, life, growth, inspiration, and just overall nature's beauty. I attended the festival once before back in 2010 with my college roommate, and we really enjoyed it. We actually loved it, and but once you're in that presence, you really feel the arrival of spring, and you just have this great respect for nature and just appreciate the overall beauty of it. So I hope you get to enjoy this beautiful season, and I hope it makes your season much brighter and much warmer. But today I just wanted to briefly discuss a topic that had came into my mind, and I just thought it was a really important topic to discuss, which is how your words are life. And how are our words life? Because just like Mother Nature, they can encourage, develop, and lift us, or they can destruct or tear us down. Our society, our environments can be a very challenging and toxic place. So it's important to learn to speak life into our words and carry them out. Why are our words important? Because there's really nothing that reveals who we really are than our words. You can learn so much about yourself just by listening to how you talk to yourself, or just by listening to yourself. If you can maintain your words, you can maintain every area of your life. Everything that you say will always go through your ears and into your spirit. And that's important. I remember in high school, there was this huge, mean, loud, rude girl. She was around, I would say, probably like 300 pounds. And I was about 95 pounds. And this girl was literally like a bald beast. And just, she was just nasty inside out. And it's like one of those rare situations where, when someone's outer and inner beauty being the same. But I would see her in school or after school sometimes. And mind you, I never had any classes with her. I never interacted with her ever. But she hated me. She couldn't stand me for no reason, literally. And my friends, they would always say, oh, she's just jealous of you. Don't pay her any attention. I remember even my best friend, she hated her. and and she my best friend wanted to like literally snatch her face out. It was crazy. But and so back then in high school, my hair was really, really long, and she would say things to me like, "Oh, you think you're cute? Your hair isn't real." It was real, but because I ignored her, on top of just being introverted and just really just to myself, she would automatically assume and say things like I was stuck up and just always picking on me. And one day she even attacked me while I was on my way to class. And I remember thinking, not only is she unable to control what goes into her mouth, but she's also unable to control what comes out of it. But this is an example of how words are connected to one's thoughts and actions. When you know your words bring life, you'll naturally follow these ways. The first way is you'll be able to really align God's words with your words. No matter what the facts are in your life, God's words are always greater than those facts. You never have to fall into negative patterns that can destroy your life, and you never should. But you can learn to speak with hope and love into your life and within those that are around you. So listen to what God is saying. Read his message, observe his message. And when you do this, you can easily apply God's words to whatever situation that you're in. Biblical words carry so much wisdom. And I think a lot of people in our society tend to forget that because it's not everyday words that we use to interact with one another. So people just tend to overlook it. But it's really not just ordinary words that you find in the Bible, because they literally have the ability to wake us up and just completely change our lives. God talks to us without us even having to hear his voice. That's how powerful his words are. And that's also confirmation on how powerful words can be in general. You also notice how exciting listening is. I remember in college, there was a few professors, that I had, and they were amazing, great instructors. And I would just get so excited to just be able to listen to them. Their words were just so impactful, engaging, and it just made sense. And I remember arriving into class early and never leaving early. But listening to their words, it also changed my study habits, where I learned to think critically. And so words can produce an effect. It's like something just magical happens that begins to transform into your mind and into our lives as well. Your words will carry value. Words carry so much value, and that it heals and has the ability to remove destruction. You can heal those spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, socially, just by your words. You'll also notice the value of your words based on how others hear, receive, appreciate, and respect your words. Positivity will always enlighten you. Whether it's on social media or on the news, it always seems like there's just more bad than there is good. Because it's filled with bad behaviors, destruction, wars, famine, and all kinds of tragedies. And it's not to say that we shouldn't deny the realities of what's going on, or not to be informed on what's going on in our world. But just focusing on negativity can really affect or even destroy your mind, where it creates like this atmosphere of just pure negativity. Because when you're around family or friends and all you talk about is negativity or bad news, that's just going to create an environment of turmoil and drama. So it's important to read, watch, and surround yourself with positive news, positive people, positive environments, because that's what's really going to lead your words toward a clearer and better path. You'll start to enjoy yourself. When you speak life to yourself or into you, when you enjoy yourself, you enjoy your life. You should never go against yourself, degrade yourself, or talk negatively about yourself. I can't imagine how difficult, how awful it would be if you don't enjoy yourself, because it's going to be a complete disaster and experience for you. Because anywhere you go, you're right there. You'll notice that you are enough. When you know you're enough, it affects everyone around you. It will lead you to speak life over yourself, life over your children, life over your spouse, life over your home, your friends. Make sure that you feel all right about yourself so that you can speak words and life into yourself. Always try and speak life, joy, and greatness. Because we live in a world that's consistently trying to take that from you. And last but not least is that your words are life. The power of your words can completely change your life. Your words affect you more than anyone else's words affect you. If you want to change your life, change your words. The things that you say usually are what you believe. Regardless of the situation you are in life, all of that can be changed if you embrace new words into your life and to others. Words are the source of life. Just like when it rains, clouds form. As water rises, the rain starts to form, and the air starts to rise and cool. And then when the rain comes down, it never goes back up. It just comes down. But it does something amazing because the seeds in the ground receive water and we get a beautiful harvest. This is no different than what words can produce. And so I encourage you to bring your words to life. Because what you say doesn't just affect others, it affects you. Words are amazing when they're used correctly or in the right way. A right word that's spoken at the right time can actually be completely life-changing. Just think about a quote or a book that has impressed or even changed your life. When we understand the power of words, we can learn how we think and how we speak. We all face challenges and roadblocks in life, but we can always make them better or worse just by the way we talk about them. Speaking negatively could hurt you, but speaking positively never will. So why not go with the positive and see the kind of result that you get? And I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. Bye.